Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Saturn Beats here. Today I want to talk to you about a low-budget version of Melodyne for those of us that don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want pitch correction software that'll do a really good job, that's easy to use, and that also sounds transparent. You don't want too much of that robotic sound. Then this is the perfect plugin for you. I got this plugin for $29. Waves has sales all the time. This is Waves Tune right here. Waves has sales all the time. This plugin is normally, I believe, $200, something like that, maybe like $120, but they have like bottom of the barrel sales all the time where you can get their plugins for like $29 a piece. And they also have sales where like you buy two, get one free. So I bought several plugins from Waves, and this is one of the ones that I bought. I want to show you how it works here and how it pretty much matches every feature from Melodyne. It's not necessarily as robust as Melodyne, but some things I actually like better about this plugin. And not only that, but I feel like it actually picks up the notes a little bit better than Melodyne does. Sometimes I feel like Melodyne, it is a little too loose with tuning. So, I know that with Melodyne, one of the main points is that you can tune your vocals while also making it sound very transparent, like there's no tuning on it. But I have to often go into Melodyne and correct where there's curves in the vocal curve. There's curves, and what Melodyne usually does is it will keep it on the same note and then just have it curve, so it doesn't really hit the note I want it to hit. I'm often having to cut different phrases and things like that to get them to sound correct and to still keep them transparent sounding. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and detach this so that it stays up, and we're gonna go ahead and come to here in my song. So this is a song that I've been working on. This song is called Wasting Time. I hope you enjoy it. Let's turn off the original vocals here. So I originally did this song in Melodyne, and then I decided, well, let's check out Waves Tune, because I had bought it, and then I haven't really used it much, but I decided to check it out, and I'm glad I did because it's actually an excellent plugin. I'm glad I can show you guys it. Let's go ahead and put it in the right scale. So major is going to be what this is in. So you see it selects the scale. And then we can go ahead and have the song play. And I'm just going to show you a short portion of the vocals. I'm going to have a link to this song if you like this song. I'm going to have a link to one of the versions I put out of it. I kind of release my songs as I go so that I can get feedback from people on them. So if you like this song, you can listen to what I have so far at my SoundCloud. I'm going to put that link in the description. So let me go ahead and play the song and get some of these vocals in here so you can see how good of a job it does. So all you have to do is just load Waves Tune onto your channel. It's detached, so you can't really see that. But yeah, all you really have to do is load Waves Tune onto your channel. There you see I've got it on my vocal channel. Let's make sure this is put to 12. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and play the vocals, and it's going to, as soon as I play them and there's nothing on here, it's going to go ahead and record my vocals into Waves Tune and record all the curves and stuff like that. So let's go ahead.
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this. Wasted is not a crime. I feel better when I get lit. I never thought that it would be like this. Now I'm standing on a bridge, wishing I could make it in. Always wasting time. Tell me what my life's worth.
Okay. So you can see that sounds pretty good on its own. That's me singing. I do a pretty good job, but there are times where you could hear in the vocal where it was off. What I like about Melodyne is we can go ahead and play this again. Melodyne has already snapped it to the scale, and let's see here. We're at 100% correction. So these are global. You can do these for global. So if you select everything, you can change it globally. So we can go to like note transition 0, and then, oh, I guess everything's not selected. So we can go to note transition 0 and speed 0. You can see it's going to give you a pretty robotic effect. I don't like that effect personally, but you can see how well it matches something like auto-tune if you're looking for that more tuned effect where it's very obvious that it's being tuned.
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this. Wasted is not a crime. I feel better when I get lit. I never thought that it would be like this. Now I'm standing on a bridge, wishing I could make it in. Always wasting time. Tell me what my life's worth.
Okay, so one thing I didn't like about that is, so you can see we could just select a note here, boom, move it up. Let me get to that part of the song.
Time, tell me what my life's worth.
So I feel like Waves Tune actually does a really good job of detecting which note it's supposed to be on. Sometimes I feel like Melodyne, it has a problem when the note is at a certain spot. It has a problem choosing which place to actually put the note, which note to put that particular note on. Waves does a really good job. So if we just turn down the speed here, let's select all. So let's turn down the speed here, keep some of my natural, and turn some of the note transitions up. You can see we can do this globally, and you can also do it on an individual setting. I'll show you that in a second here. So let's go ahead and play that and see how that sounds. I can already tell that's too much tuning, so let's go ahead and turn it less speed, let's try less speed and keep the note transitions the same. So that's gonna not snap between the notes so much, it's gonna give it a nice curve, but we're gonna take out some of the variation in my voice when I'm holding notes. So let's see here.
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this. Wasted is not a crime.
So I can already see some trouble spots there. So like you can see on these green markers when something isn't really sounding good. So let's play that again. So this one is one that I want to correct. Let's try just selecting this one note and doing that with it.
I'm always wasting time.
So you can see these ones, I don't like this because I go so high in that note. You can see it's really peaking above the note that it should be on. So let's turn that note transition down a little bit. Maybe just like that. And let's select this one. Turn that note transition down a little bit.
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this.
Hey y'all, I'm in the middle of editing and I just realized you probably don't want to see me tune this entire track. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward the rest of the tuning process that I do so we could get to the rest of the review. And you could also see a comparison between Melodyne and Waves Tune. So you'll see a quick fast forward, then you'll be able to hear the song, and then we'll go from there. And now we can listen to the finished product. So let's see here.
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this. Wasted is not a crime. I feel better when I get lit. I never thought that it would be like this. Now I'm standing on a bridge, wishing I could make it in. Always wasting time. Tell me what my life's worth.
So that sounds really freaking good. If you just want to hear it without any effects, let's go ahead and keep the compressor on, but we'll take the chorus off, take the reverb, take that off, blah, 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 blah. You can just hear it just straight dry here. And we will even...
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this. Wasted is not a crime. I feel better when I get lit. I never thought that it would be like this. Now I'm standing on a bridge, wishing I could make it in. Always wasting time. Tell me what my life's worth.
So I think that sounds really freaking good. Um, I would definitely use Wavestune in the future. I've been using Melodyne, but I'm honestly thinking of switching to Wavestune because it sounds so good. It's very easy. I feel like it does a better job of actually deciding where to put the note instead of just letting it be a curve. And the thing that Melodyne is trying to do is it's trying not to take every instance of heavy vibrato and turn each of those vibratos into a new note because that can sound very unnatural. But from my preference, I think Wavestune actually does a little bit better job of that. And Wavestune has just as much control. It has just as doesn't have exactly the same amount of features. I mean, let me see if there's actually a way. Oh, let me see if there's actually a way to turn up a note, because that is one thing that Melodyne has. Is it has a format option, which is really nice. So yeah, I don't think that you can actually do format here. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think this has format correction. So it does, but it's just an automatic type thing with Melodyne, which is really cool. You can do format on a note by note basis. So like you can see here, I'll turn this off and turn my original vocals back on. I do this effect in the song with my original Melodyne. And let me actually show you something here. So with Melodyne, this is Melodyne right here. And I find Melodyne kind of a pain sometimes, personally. But any tuning software like this they all have things that are kind of lousy about them. But with Melodyne, you can see right here that if I click and hold this note, it actually makes like a little synthesizer out of that particular note. And also what it can do is you can actually just...
I'm always wasting time. I'm feeling like I hate this wasting.
But you see how this part right here,
Feeling like I hate this way.
so I've got it. I like this effect because it kind of emphasizes different words in a kind of a cool way. But I've got the format. The format tool is right here. I've got the format tool, the format on this particular note turned down so that it gives it kind of a deep sound. And I do that on this particular note throughout the song. So I do it right here.
And I get lit. I never thought.
So Melodyne has amplitude controls as well. I don't believe that Wavestune actually has that, where you can control how loud each note is. I think that it's just tuning. It's bare bones tuning. But you can do, you can do automation to control amplitude. You don't need to do it through your tuning software. I feel like Melodyne is really a great solution overall for vocals because you can like get away with not even using a compressor to, like, you can see like right here, I've actually added some artificial volume to these because Melodyne has macros in it, like right here, where there's note leveling. So it can make your notes uniformly level throughout your vocals, which is a really nice touch. You can also modify the timing of it. You can pull notes back and forth in time. I don't really believe you can do that with Wavestune. Wavestune seems to be just pretty much bare bones. And I could be wrong about that. I don't know everything about Wavestune yet. One thing I will say is that I feel like the interface of Melodyne is just leagues above Waves. I mean, the entire thing is the tuning. And you've got this nice, it's really clean. With Wavestune, I feel like it looks old-fashioned. It's got this big bulky menu down here where I feel like these could have been smaller buttons up here. But for $29, again, Melodyne, this version, which actually gives you useful tools, because like if you have Melodyne Essentials, things like the cut tool are not available. They take out so many different tools unless you buy like the $500 version. This has like all of that. It's not as Well, I'm not going to say that. Actually, it kind of matches Melodyne and what you can do. It's a little bit more like turning knobs instead of taking something like this, the pitch modulation tool, and then turning that up. But Wavestune, $29 for an actual super useful version. Melodyne, if you want to actually have full control of your vocals and not just do basic tuning, you're talking about like $500 or at least like $250. So yeah, I really recommend this software, Wavestune. It's excellent. It does the job. You heard it. You can tune your vocals down to everything. I mean, you can draw curves in. You can use basically like a graph tool to draw curves. There's so much different stuff you can do with Wavestune. And so I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. And again, if you like this song, I'd really appreciate if you'd go give me a listen on SoundCloud, maybe give me a follow. And again, Saturn Beats. I go by my artist name on SoundCloud is Ringo Saturn. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.